We're looking through the crosshairs of the FPS future, and we've come up with a few awesome names. Here are the 10 most anticipated first-person shooters for 2020 and beyond, all arranged by release dates. Ready or not? The title might throw some people off, but if you're one of those people patiently waiting for the arrival of a new entry to Irrational Games' SWAT series, your prayers have been answered. Though not a direct sequel, Void Interactive's spiritual successor promises to bring the same realness to the FPS game that SWAT delivered.
Gun down, drop it!
As a police team, you'll have to face dangerous criminal situations with a tactical mind. Pairing shooting with puzzle solving, Ready or Not provides you with choices on how to deal with each criminal situation, and you'll get to call the shots, whether that means diffusing hostile situations or facing them head on. So far, it definitely feels like it stays true to the spirit of the SWAT series. Currently in alpha phase, it's set to release on the PC this June. Valorant. If there's one game everybody's been talking about, it's this upcoming title from Riot Games themselves. With Valorant, Riot will take themselves far from their comfort zone of their massively popular MOBA, League of Legends. Showing off CSGO-like gameplay along with characters that are up to par with the quirkiness of Blizzard's Overwatch, it also feels like Riot is prepared to square off with the big boys on their brand new ventures. Compared to League's hundreds of champions, there will only be 8 agents, but each will be equipped with skills that'll hopefully bring balance to the fast-paced gameplay.
Alright, let's do this. One in the smoke cloud.
One enemy left.
Yeah!
As a new game, it also answers to the clamors of the FPS community, with higher tick rates and extensive measures against cheats and exploits. Valorant is currently slated for a release this summer on the PC.
Welcome back, Chief.
Halo Infinite. Microsoft always brings the superstar treatment to their exclusive titles. But as much as we're all excited for this upcoming latest installment, we didn't really come a long way from their cinematic story reveal. On the other hand, there's plenty of details that are sure to keep us interested. Known for their multiplayer, split screen will definitely make a return in this entry. And on top of that, it's gonna be a capacious experience with a big and open world full of mystery and wonder, whatever that means. Even though it's gonna be a huge next-gen title that's gonna be packed with fresh new tools and features, Microsoft has also noted that this game will be a return to their roots, which means bringing back classic armor from previous entries as well as the classic theme. It's not really much, but with its holiday 2020 release window, we might find out soon enough. It's coming to the PC and Xbox One, as well as the new Xbox Series X. Nine to 5.
What the fuck?
Gathering developers from a laundry list of popular shooters in Trivial Pursuit Mobile, 9 to 5 already feels like it'll be one hell of a shooter. Add dancing rabbits with guns to the mix and you got yourself a winner. Revealed at the 2019 Game Awards, its official teaser trailer showed off a refreshing self-awareness. But beneath all that, it looks to be a serious tactical FPS about a world run entirely by corporations. You, the player, will be fighting for them. According to the developers, its key selling point will be its 3v3v3 gameplay, where objectives keep changing and actions have consequences, and all taking place in the span of 15 minutes. If anybody wants to try out how that works, Red Hill is currently accepting signups for their alpha testing phase. With its promise of a dynamic and fast-paced shooting environment, it could be Red Hill's answer to Rainbow Six Siege, and it's coming to the PC this year. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine. A game that is decidedly not Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft hopes to present something new to the table with this upcoming entry to the Rainbow Six series. Set several years into the future of their R6 series, Quarantine is exploring a new kind of enemy as the team fights against a mutating alien parasite. What's special about the game is supposedly its 3-player co-op mode that lets you get into gunplay and tactics with 2 other friends. However, after its teaser last June, we still don't know more than we did last year. But since the Rainbow Six Siege community is thriving, it's easy to say that the hype is still on. Delayed from its previous early 2020 window, we'll have to expect it sometime later this year on the PC, PS4 and Xbox One, as well as next-gen consoles, PS5 and the Series X. Disintegration. Sci-fi shooters are a dime a dozen, so it's not hard to believe that this new IP is getting more than a few comparisons. From Titanfall to Destiny to Anthem and especially Halo. But if there's any similarities to that last one, it's because Halo's co-creator was determined to make this a reality. Mark Leto, who's behind the new V1 Interactive Studio, has worked on titles like Halo 2, 3, and Halo Combat Evolved, and he set out to use these experiences to make something brand new, without all the torturous crunches of the video game world. Disintegration balances single-player and multiplayer content. Its campaign puts us in the shoes of Gravecycle pilot Romer Scholl, who fights for the cause of humanity in an increasingly integrated Rayon world. All that while offering 3 multiplayer modes, each a frantic team-based battle that tests teamwork and individual skill. It might look like a bleak future for its story, but Disintegration also presents an inspiring future for game development we can all get behind. It's coming out in 2020 for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One, with some speculation suggesting its release on the PS5. Crossfire X. From something new to something familiar, Crossfire is one of the biggest names in the Asia FPS market. And while they thrived on the PC, this time Microsoft is bringing a fresh edition exclusively to the Xbox One. Together with its debut on the Xbox are a slew of improvements to enhance the shooting experience to something worth the console's heavy-duty performance. That means making aim-down sights shooting possible, as well as a brand new Battle Royale game mode. Despite these changes, Crossfire X still promises to be a free-to-play experience that everyone can enjoy on the console. So if you're looking for a new free shooter on the Xbox One, you can expect this one on the shelves sometime this year. Medal of Honor: Above and Beyond. How better to look at the future of first-person shooters than checking on what's cooking in the world of virtual reality? From the creators of Titanfall and Apex Legends, this Medal of Honor comeback is Respawn's latest collaboration with Electronic Arts, taking us right into the front lines of the explosive gore and glory of the Second World War. A lot of fans are just excited for the return of their beloved Medal of Honor series, but it's made even more promising thanks to the next-level immersion that the VR platform will offer. Other than getting zero-breathing movement on the anti-Nazi battlefield, Above and Beyond will also have you sneaking into bases and interacting with objects as an OSS agent. A whole new play on an already beloved series, it's set to release on the Oculus Rift sometime in 2020. IGI Origins. Speaking of world wars and espionage, it's time to get in this action from Toadman Interactive's revival of a turn-of-the-century title. With that initialism literally meaning I'm going in, you can bet that there's more infiltration missions to come your way. As a prequel to Interloop Studios' project IGI, Origins will take us back to the Cold War, where we play as an MI6 spy on a mission for redemption. With that comes stealth assignments, firefights, and an array of gadgets to play with. It's still a long way off from its 2021 release date, so we don't have much right now, except that it'll clearly look sweeter than the 20-year-old original. It's coming to the PC, Xbox One, PS4, and likely on the PS5.
Out here, we're trapped.
We're free.
In this endless, eternal cycle.
Deathloop. A most deadly combination of Second Amendment, Groundhog Day, Bethesda isn't playing around with their latest FPS venture either. They've already stirred up enough intrigue for the title by pulling in the hitmakers of the Dishonored series, Arcane Studios. In their short cinematic presentation at E3, we got a glimpse of the mind-bending story of rival assassins Colt and Juliana in a strange world caught in a loop, one vying for escape and the other fighting to keep everything as it is. While we don't know much about the game yet, we do know that just like Dishonored, players will be given the choice to approach each situation however they see fit, which actually does sound pretty f***ing awesome. Slated for a PS4 release as of now, there's also talk of it coming to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Here are some honorable mentions. For more gaming updates, you can check out our website at whattoplay.com, link in the description box below. Stalker 2. If you're a fan of the Chernobyl-centric Stalker series, then you've probably been waiting for this. The updates are pretty slow so far, and with the 2021 release window looming on the horizon, we're definitely wondering where it's at. Call of Duty 2020. Tentative. Activision has confirmed the release of another Call of Duty title. Other than this confirmation though, they didn't give too many details on the upcoming game. That is, other than the fact that they expect it to sell less than their Modern Warfare game, and it's coming this fourth quarter. 13. After amassing a cult following in 2013, the comic book adaptation sets out to make a stronger impression this year. Known for its impressive storyline, cel-shaded graphics, and David Duchovny, 13 will return with refreshed visuals and updated gameplay sometime in 2020. Boundary. From the PlayStation's China Hero project, developer Surgical Scalpels is gonna give us a tour of the outer space. While it looks like it'll make an awesome campaign, Project Boundary will be a multiplayer-focused title with various 5v5 game modes, which has military themes in their weapons and gameplay. Space is about to get loud sometime in 2020. Witchfire. From the makers of Painkiller, Bulletstorm, and The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Witchfire is the astronaut's latest game. A gothic shooter set in 15th century Europe, populated by magical creatures. If their previous titles are any indication, it's gonna be awesome, and it's coming to the PC in 2020. Payday 3. Tentative. Well, speculation is better than nothing. After changing hands to Starbreeze in 2016, the franchise has been in kind of a rut. Still, since they promised, all we can do is wait patiently for its arrival. Atomic Heart. Mudfish weaves its own tale of Soviet Union weirdness with what might be last year's best trailer. It was trippy and whimsical like a robot-filled chocolate factory. But unfortunately, it's been delayed from its late 2019 release date, and we haven't heard much since. Bright Memory. Infinite. Already oozing with bullet storms and lightning-fast combat, Infinite will bring story rewrites and rework levels that's set to make the Bright Memory experience even better. It's coming out on the fourth quarter of 2020. Wolfenstein 3. Tentative. Other than confirming that the game is absolutely being made, it still feels like their break from the main storyline is gonna be longer than we thought. Overwatch 2. Serving more as a major update to the original game, Overwatch 2 is said to add more content to its story mode, as well as enhance visuals with updates to their game engine. It's not much, but it's still early in development and we should hear more about it soon.